Hi guys, I'm RPJ with Peak Design. We're going to give you an overview of the everyday messenger bag and generally kind of explain setup, who it's for, how to use it, and hopefully you'll have a pretty good understanding of what you're doing by the end of the video. First off, this is a messenger style camera bag. So it's a little bit slimmer than an average camera bag in an effort to make it a little bit easier to move through crowds. It has a very slim, high-density foam to try and keep the bulk down as much as possible. And basically, it has a very not too crazy messenger bag setup. It'll probably look fairly familiar to most people. The strap is great, and there's a separate video for strap to check out, or separate, I might tack on the end of this video, but highly recommended to check that out and really understand how to use the strap. It's got a lot of really cool features. So let's get right into it here. We've got first of all, the closure of the bag is via this large flap here. And this is going to allow quite a bit of expandability in the bag. So you can see I can go all the way down here and it gets nice and slim, or I can go to the top rung here and for when the bag is really filled up. So you get quite a bit of a jump in volume there, which is great. We've also got top access zippers as well to get into your stuff, as well as a dedicated 15-inch MacBook sleeve in the back with a tablet sleeve as well, so you can separate your devices. These are water-resistant zippers as well, so with zipper garages, so you're not going to get water in there if you get caught in the rain. So let's talk about the MagLatch a little bit more. This is a system that we've designed from the ground up, and what we're trying to do is create a system that's blind, one-handed, intuitive, expandable, and secure. So you'll see I'm locked in here and there's no way it's coming open. But if all I have to do is just pull out and then down, and that unlatches it. And then to click it back in place, there's a soft lock, so there's magnets that even if you're not looking, you can just put it down and it'll magnet itself into place. And then you just push up on the MagLatch like that and that clicks it in place. Or you can kind of put it down, and then when you kind of go to grab the bag via the handle, that'll click it into place as well. So that's real fun. If your bag is really loaded up with an awkward load, it is possible to miss the bars on here one way or the other. So the only thing you really have to pay attention to is that you're landing sort of in the middle of the bar, and everything should line up and work great. Let's see. So inside of the bag, we've got quite a few different zipper options here. This is the main portion of the bag here with our FlexFold dividers. We'll get into those in a little bit. Everything is pattern stitched down, so you're not going to have any pull away. There's a great slip pocket here that's perfect for phones, or it actually fits a boarding pass or a passport perfect. And that is accessible through the top zip here as well for really quick access to those crucial items. Up here we've got a padded pocket. It's really great for sunglasses or eyeglasses and things that like need a little bit of protection, and your gear is going to be protected from those as well. And it's just a really nice kind of quick and easy pocket to get into. And then we've also got a lot of great organization here in this front pocket. So this kind of comes down, and you'll see that one side has a green stitch, the other side has a red stitch. So what we're trying to do there is, you don't have to use this system obviously, but for things like batteries and memory cards, it's a really simple color coding system, so that as you go through batteries when you're shooting, you can move them from the green pockets to the red pockets, and you know that those batteries are dead and you're not going to get confused, or you know that this memory card is filled up, or that you want to set that aside for later. This is all really super stretchy mesh here, so everything is, all the pockets, I almost never find a situation where I can't stuff into these pockets because they expand so much, so I think you'll really enjoy that. You can also leave the zippers like this for just quick access. You don't have to take them all the way down to get into everything, so you can leave just the top open, and it acts more like a standard just kind of slip pocket through the top. I find myself doing that quite a bit when I'm really switching out a lot of gear. So that explains the majority of the inside of the bag. If we go to the side of the bag here, you see we have our strap attaches to these diagonal bands here. And that actually forms a great place to attach your capture camera clip. We'll get into that in a second, but it's also, there's a great pocket on the inside, so that's phones. I like to use it to stash lens caps and stuff when we're shooting because it's just a nice, clean, open pocket. And in that pocket there's also a key tether here, and that comes with our anchor attachment system. So this little anchor here loops around your keys or anything you don't want to lose. You can kind of keep track of on here, and then it just clicks into the housing like so, and that all stashes in here. Same deal on the other side, except for you don't have the key leash on this side. So the exterior fabric here is a polyester nylon blend. It's waxed and it has a DWR, or a durable water repellent finish, so it's going to feed water, and then the wax gives it a nice sort of heavy hand feel, and it gets nice and scuffed up and scratched as you wear the bag, and it kind of breaks in with you over time. As far as caring for the bag, don't put it in the washing machine, don't do anything crazy. Treat it like a nice piece of outdoor gear, and basically do like a spot clean with warm water. I wouldn't recommend submerging the whole bag purely because it's a composite product that has a lot of different foams in there, and it'll probably just take forever to dry if you really soaked it. So just spot clean, warm water, mild detergent if you even need it, and it should be good to go. If your water repellent finish fades over time, just like a good jacket, we recommend the nickel wax stuff. Seem to work pretty well for us. It's about $10 a bottle. You can get it at any REI or online. As far as setting up capture, let's go over that. So this is a capture camera clip if you're not familiar. And how it works is you undo these clamping bolts here, and that'll allow you to open up the two plates. There's the back plate and what we call the chassis. And so the mounting point on the bag is right down here. So there's the pocket, but then there's also a slot to put capture here. So you just feed it through like so, swing the chassis down into place. We'll loosen up these bolts a little bit more. And then that'll click in like so. We recommend bringing it up as high as possible, right under that bar tack there, and nice and level. So, and then you just tighten those bolts, kind of alternate to get the pressure nice and even. And what you're doing right now is compressing the foam, so it's always a good idea to, you put it on and the foam will sort of give over the course of a day or two, and then you'll probably have to tighten it up a little bit as the foam kind of compresses and gives. So that's all tightened on there. And then I've got my camera. This has one of our base plates on it. This is an Arca Swiss tripod compatible plate here. And basically you just slide it in through the top like so, and that clicks in automatically. And it's nice and secure, and then you push the red button to release. There's a twist lock here, which you're not going to need on the bag, so I would just keep that open all the way. And then there's a safety lock on the red button that you do by turning it a quarter turn, and that will prevent the button from being pushed at all. So what that looks like in a use when you're using it on a day-to-day is that I have my bag here, swing it around a little bit, you've got the capture, click it in place, click it in place like so, and that'll hang kind of nice and out of the way so you don't bang it into stuff generally, especially in the messenger bag carry like this. And it's great to be able to, you can release it with two hands by holding onto your camera and then pushing the red button to release. The way I do it is I actually take the back of my pinky and push the button like that and pull up, so it's a one-handed deal. Works great. And then this key tether works perfectly for attaching your capture, so that it's there's a theft deterrent aspect there, although I don't really think any thieves know how to work capture, so it's probably not a real world scenario. But when you have your you pull it out of the clip, you can fire off quick shots here just by pulling the bag up to your face, and it never leaves the bag. So it's a very secure way to get shots off in kind of a crazy situation where you don't have a lot of time to think. It's really nice because to carry your camera on the outside of the bag, because it frees up a lot of space on the inside of the bag here. And so if your gear is ever expanding, as mine usually is, you can actually just pull the camera completely out of the bag and store it on the outside and free up some more space. Yeah, so that's the general use case for capture. If you are setting it up as a right shoulder carry, you can also put it on the opposite side of the bag. They both have the slot for capture there. And then when you're not using it, it's very unobtrusive, you won't even know it's there. So this is the FlexFold divider system, and it's all this very adaptable EVA compression molded foam here, and it has these sort of crease lines that allow it to expand and contract and fold in a multitude of different ways. So we're going to go over those now. When you first get the bag, it's going to be set up similar to this, and there's Velcro at the 3 points, so when you're putting your inserts in, I like to just fold them up like this, stick it on the bottom where you want, and then just let the wings kind of expand out like so. So the three main setups, or three main positions for each of these inserts is all the way up like this, which is great if you've got tall gear like so. It gives you like full height to all of your equipment, and then you can do sort of a mid-height like so, where you fold these tops over, and that keeps the height of all of the inserts a little bit lower for where you've got smaller lenses and such, like so, and those are still expandable, so they're not going to pull away from the sides of the bag. And then there's a setup here where you can close off certain sections to allow you to stack gear on top of each other, so you can have lenses down below and then stack something on top of it. And you can actually do that for the whole bag, so you can have camera gear lining the bottom of the bag, or more sensitive stuff on the bottom of the bag completely enclosed, and then use this top section here to store, fluffier stuff like accessory pouches or jackets, or even your camera body, like so. And then they all just pop right back up into place like so. So it's very quick and easy to go from one setup to another. There's one more position with these dividers that I'll go over here, and you actually take the thing and you fold it completely in half like that, and that gives you I'll do that one more time real slow. So you fold it like so, and then back. And what that does is gives you the lowest height setting. So everything would be very low, and this is great if you have very small gear, and or if you want to hang the lens or the grip of the camera off the side like so. So then you can kind of create a little pouch for the lens of your camera like that. Alright, so this is the setup that I generally use. I've got a Sony a7 II with a really small adapted Nikon lens here, and a wide angle here, and then I've got a strap and a couple other little bits and bobs in here. So the great thing about this setup is that I can completely enclose all of my camera gear on the bottom, and this is a great daily carry setup so that I can bring lots of different stuff around with me just by kind of stacking it all in here. And all my camera gear is nicely protected, and still really easy to get access to when I'm know I'm going to be shooting shots. I just kind of open up the little trap door here. So So that's one setup. So like I said, if you've got taller gear, this is a great way to do it. So I'll kind of walk through that. Got a pretty long lens on this guy here, and as you can see, it's right perfectly flush actually with the top of my inserts here. And then I can stack lenses in the bottom compartment here. So I'll close that off, throw another one on top, like so. And then I've got a great compartment here. If you have a pouch, it's perfect to stash your pouch on the side. So that's quite a bit of gear I've got in there, and it's really packs in nicely, and the bag can kind of expand and contract, and you can stuff other goodies in there as well to really fill it out. I've got my strap here, like so. Alright, so this is a setup for sort of mid-height gear, like we were talking about. In this one I've given a lot more room for the camera to kind of get your hand in there, and you can give, you know, a lot more, but I got nestles in there nice. Got kind of a mid-size lens here on the side, flash over here, and that, as you can see, with the mid-height stuff, you're not going to be digging too deep into the inserts. Everything's nice and level and easy to get a handle on, and again, nice and lots of little cubbies to stash gear in here as well to really fill it out if you've got just a lot of crap to bring around with you. This is kind of a cool setup we like around the office also. So this is one of the little half-height ones that I've got here, so fold it like so, and then you kind of basically create a little box for your lens down here, like so, and that's great for if you've got a longer lens over here, and then that'll rest right underneath the grip of your camera, so you've got a nice easy access to that, and then you can kind of close these sections off and stack your gear on the just on the right side there. You can also attach your inserts to the sides of the bags in this fashion here, forming sort of a little bit of a honeycomb shape actually. This is really great for things like flashes and maybe straps and kind of tall, awkward shaped objects that don't really want to stack very well. So. This is another great way to do it if you have a camera with a long lens. So you can store stuff here underneath with the dividers folded over and just lay your camera sideways on top here. This is great if you have a camera with a 70-200 or larger, and we actually, so you can set it up like this. I don't have one at the moment because ours is on Africa and Safari, but you can imagine if I had a very long lens, you can just lay that right across the top there, and it's very easy access with the grip up top. So to carry a tripod with your bag, we've got a pretty clever way to do it here. So first things first, you're going to kind of want to line up your tripod here, and you're going to need the legs to hang off the end of the bag just a little bit here. So I've got two of these extended already, so just kind of extend it roughly to where you need to be, tighten them down. So now I've got that just about perfect. So what you're going to do is you can see behind this padded flat pocket here, there's sort of a tube that you can put a leg of a tripod through. And in there, when you first get the bag, there's going to be this little silicone band here. So you just hold on to that, and basically what you're going to do is open up your tripod a little bit like so, and you're going to shove it through like so, close your bag, and kind of clamp it onto the lid like that, and then you're just going to take that little silicone band and kind of contain the legs of the tripod so that it can't slip out or open up. So now that's on there nice and securely. You can see how that lays when it's on my back, really clean, and then I can still swing the bag around and get in via the flap here, or the top zip, like so. And then to undo it, you just pull the band off. You can slide the tripod right out there, and band stores pretty nice on your wrist when you're not using it, or just put it in the top zip of the bag. So we think it's a pretty great way to do it because you don't have a bunch of extra straps kind of flopping around in the bag. It keeps things really nice and clean for when you're not carrying a tripod. You don't have to suffer through all the messy strap business that comes along with it.